Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be playing with Dialga VStar. Has the VStar Power Star Chronos, which does 220 damage, and you take another turn after this one. Now that's a pretty powerful effect, especially for so much damage. It is very costly, but with Metal Saucers and Seishin helping out and a turbo version of the deck, it's definitely very possible. Now we do have the attack Metal Blast as well, doing 40 damage plus 40 more damage for each metal energy attached to this Pokemon. So after you've used Star Chronos, you'll have 5 energy attached, that's 240 damage. You just go ahead and attach one in your next turn, and then you'll be able to 1KO other Pokemon V-Star, which is really nice. We'll be using a combination of Seishin, Crobat, Mew, and Radiant Greninja to help us in setting up, with Intrepid Sword drawing extra cards, Crobat drawing extra cards as well, Radiant Greninja drawing extra cards, and Mew finding us those item cards that we might need, such as Energy Switch, Metal Saucer, Ultra Ball, Trekking Shoes, a Scoop of Net to realize Radiant Greninja, all of that good stuff. We do play a copy of Canceling Cologne so that I don't get a million comments on the video, or like I'd rather get a million comments, right? But people always tell me like, hey, you lose to Miltank, hey, you lose to Miltank. In a lot of decks that I know I don't play an out to Miltank, I am aware of it. Usually the approach that I try to do with most decks, especially newer builds, is try to get the deck consistent, right? Not completely paying full attention to whatever hard auto losses you might have. You just want to get the deck working properly over and over again, and then once you have that done, then you start thinking, okay, where can I cut some corners to tech for my possible bad matchups, right? So this deck does have the copy of Canceling Cologne, and we are playing a copy of Silene so that we can recover that Canceling Cologne in case of multiple Miltanks. We also have Avery, Boss's Orders, Marnie, and Raihan to help us in setting up, especially Raihan could help us in powering up the Dialga V-Star if we're falling behind, or acting as an extra Metal Saucer of sorts, or just finding that extra Metal Saucer that we might need. Our goal, of course, is to do this on turn 2. The less amount of time has passed in a game before we pull off the Star Chronos, the better, because then the less likely it is our opponent has a fully developed board with multiple threats on it. Finally, we have Diancie to help us with Princess's Curtain to help cover our basic Dialga V so it doesn't get boss orders up and attacked prematurely. And then we have Quick Ball, Heavy Ball, and Ultra Ball to search for all the useful Pokemon. A bunch of energy, 11, plus 2 training cord to recover them. And then a few switching cards to help us move around the Mew, help us move around and get the Dialga in the active. So let's jump into some games after this quick message from our sponsors. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Photon Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, so we do get to go first, which is pretty great. We do get to start Crobat, which is the opposite of great. Any other starter would have been preferable, but it is what it is. And we're up against Regi's. Alright, so I'm going to start with the Trekking Shoes. I will discard the energy. That's actually pretty decent. With this hand, though, I have a few options, but I believe the best one is to just grab Seishin right here. Not ideal, right? Definitely not ideal. Not benching that Dialga, but against Regi's, we do have a little bit of time. What we want to do is use Avery on the same turn that we start Chronos so that we are not super affected by so that we are not so that it's almost like we're taking 3 knockouts. They discard 2, we knock out the active, then we add another turn and hopefully we Marnie, right? That's the ideal. That happening realistically, that's a whole other subject, right? But that would be the ideal plan. All right. So you start off discarding an energy. That's always great to see for Regi Alecki. Always what they want to aim for. They grab the Regi Eyes. Usually if you priced a Regi, that's the one that you want to go for, because it's the hardest one to draw into off of a research, off of a support, or all of that. So that's a small tip you can use against Regi decks. Obviously you don't know because you won't be looking at your opponent's prices, but if they're playing correctly, then the first Regi that they grab off of their first search might be an indication as to what sort of what Regi they have priced, right? All right, so there's the Avery. I do have another copy of Avery. I will have to play this one now, so I really hope my opponent benches another Pokemon before using Static Shock. Nope. All right, that's not ideal. I honestly think I might be better off timing that Avery a little better. So I'm just gonna Intrepid Sword again. Now I have an Ultra Ball. Now I have the next Avery, so I would have drawn that. Back to back. I mean, back to back Averys. That's also nothing to scoff at. So not very turbo, right? This turbo Dialga deck not being very turbo, you can run into those situations. It's unfortunate. Keeping the bench low is also potentially important, especially against Regi Alecki, that they don't end up sniping Muse or whatnot. There is a capture energy onto the bench Regi Ice, which is nice. Regi Ice, nice. All right, you get the Regi Drago now going. They need one more Regirock, and then they need an energy. They go ahead and scoop up nets, indicating that their hand might not actually be very good. They go into the Regi Ice, not the Regi Drago, to draw extra cards, and then they Regigate, which I am completely okay with because now I get a nice, solid Avery right here. I'm not going to play that Ultra Ball first. I'm just going to straight up Avery. Still no Dialga, but like now I'm definitely going to go for that. And then I kind of want to keep the switch. I could have this triple KO turn, though, with the Zacian. There might be merit to doing that while slowly building up to the Dialga B. So I could definitely do that. Though, committing both energies to the Dialga already would also be fairly good. So you know what? I'm gonna discard a Scoop Up Net, and I'm gonna discard a Boss. I don't think Boss is good in this particular matchup. All right, I'm gonna grab the Dialga. Pretty good. And yeah, we're just fully committing since I am holding the Avery right now. I'll go ahead and Saucer right now. Let's go ahead and bench the Mew. Let's go ahead and retreat. Utilize Mysterious Tail. Fail. Okay. Alright. I mean, I do have energy attachment for next turn, so I don't think I lose out anything. I also have enough energies to take advantage of Metal Saucers. Honestly, I'm just gonna attach both. Yeah. Why not? That Mysterious Tail Whip is really over the top though, but my opponent's also getting a very slow start, so should be okay. Alright, we see a Heavy Ball. If they grab a Regi Ice, then that would confirm our suspicions. It is. Okay, so see, if you go back, yeah, to what I said, yeah, this is learning, right? This is learning. It's like a useful, it's an unintentional piece of information that your opponent gives you, right? Which is the right way for them to play, but if you are paying attention, then you can make this deduction. The first Regi that they search for with their first search can be an indication. It's not guaranteed, right? They might have started the one Regi that they priced or something. Like, it's not guaranteed, right? But there is a chance that that particular Regi is the one that they priced, right? Okay, now we're in a pretty good spot to the point where I don't think I think I just take this knockout, honestly, because then that'll be the second Regi Ice, and that forces them to get an Ordinary Rod. We also know that their hand is dead, which, actually, okay. So with that knowledge that their hand is dead, we don't know if that's an energy or not. With the knowledge that their hand is dead, I could end up knocking out the Regi, then they bring up the Regi Drago, and then they draw extra cards, right? So actually playing it safe seems better here. So I'm going to switch into the Mew. I'm going to go ahead and attach an energy right here. I'm going to once again give up on the boss's orders. I'm not super ecstatic about it, but I think it's the right play here. And then I'm going to go ahead and evolve. And I'm almost fully committing, I guess. No, not fully. Well, never mind. I didn't find a saucer right here. I'll grab the Mew, sure. The Ryan is also priced. All right. Mystere still does find me a saucer. So I really don't think they're going to be able to boss me, right? All right. So I'll do this, which is great. I could potentially promote the Diancie here. I don't dislike that, but I feel like this is just overall better. Now we Intrepid Sword, there's a saucer, so now I can definitely Avery plus Star Chronos, which was the plan. My opponent's extremely underwhelming setup probably means that's going to be overkill, and it won't be necessary, but I mean, why not, right? Why not? What I could end up doing, since I am holding the escape rope, there's the Ordinary Rod, alright. What I could end up doing is just retreat and take a knockout with my regular attack. And then afterwards, they will... Ooh, they did have the energy to retreat, alright. So... I don't know if they top deck the energy or if they top deck the Ordinary Rod. But now they have a full bench, now they can actually attack. They can retreat into the Regi Drago, use its ability, draw extra cards, and attack with Regi Drago. So... this is the best case scenario for me, though, for sure. Absolutely the best case scenario. As long as they don't boss my Dialga again. That's what we want to avoid. I guess the worst case scenario would be Marnie. Because then the Avery would be up. Oh. There we go. Holding on to this Avery so long, and then that's what happens. Oh my god. Well, that is less than ideal, I will tell you. Now I have no way to get the Avery, right? Absolutely no way. I would have to get extremely lucky off of a Greninja draw. So I'll try, but it's just not looking great. All right. I need to get Avery off of 2 cards. Can I get it? Probably not. But we'll try, right? We will try. All right. One supporter that they get is precisely the Marnie. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and Marnie them. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna take the Star Chronos KO. Then whatever they promote afterwards, that's when I will Marnie. So they will have a low card hand. They will make a decision on who to promote based on their current hand, and then I will Marnie them so that perhaps that decision ends up being incorrect. Right? Although you promote something that you have 2 copies of. They just put back the Regi, so they might put that back. They actually promote the Regigigas, which is also fine. I'm just gonna right hand here. All right. So we would like another Dialga, right? That is definitely what we would like to find here. And I can use multiple concealed cards. Getting Avery into my hand would also be pretty good. So that is also something that we might actually give a try at finding. I have a backup attacker, which is great, but I'm looking for a 3rd backup attacker if possible. How have I not found any, like, yeah, I was gonna say Ultra or Quick. I've played 3 Quick Balls. Oh, I could have sworn I hadn't played many Quick Balls. All right, I feel like this lean is not gonna be super useful anymore, and neither will the energy. The energy switch could be good. I'm gonna discard the Balloon actually. No, you know what? The switching cards are pretty good. I'm gonna discard these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have no energies left, in fact. So maybe I keep this. I'll the scoop up net, then I won't be able to bench the dude. But I don't want to bench it now. Alright. That's fine. That's fine for now. Once we get KO'd, then we'll bench it. We're not in any sort of rush. Alright, so we Metal Blast now. We took 2 prizes. We're gonna get a third. And if my opponent whips an attack, then that's even better. They immediately promote the Regi Ice, though. So can they fully recover immediately off of this? Spin energy to the bench. It is the right Pokemon, though, for sure, to have in the active. They do replace my training court. So now the only way I have energies is through another training court or the 2 metal saucers that I do have left. All right, so they research into trekking shoes. This prevents healing, right? Yeah. What sort of healing is being played right now? Hyper potions, I guess. I mean, is that how you beat Bleeth? Is that how you beat Draldon VMAX? No, you can't beat Draldon VMAX without Path to Peak, so I guess you accept that as an auto loss with my opponent's build. Alright, that took a while for them to decide. I feel like if they whiff an attack here, then okay, Trekking Shoes immediately discards the Stadium. There's a Regi Drago. Do they find a Regi Gigas? And if they don't, then there is merit to trying to find boss to target down either the Aleki or the Regi Drago or the Regirock. Probably the Aleki. Oh, they do find it. Yikes. Okay, so they didn't lose the turns that we were hoping they would. I feel like that turn took way longer than it should have. Alright, I need to attack 4 more times. That's all I need to do. So for this turn, I'm going to attach the Balloon to the Dialga and just retreat that way. I could also just pay the retreat cost, honestly. But keeping an energy seems very good, given my current situation. That 130 does set it up nicely for the Regi Drago, so it's looking a little dicier right now. Alright, so I'm going to retreat because this Dialga cannot attack. And we're just going to Brave Blade, not Intrepid Sword. I'm going to do 460 damage to that poor Regi Ice. Need to attack 3 more times before my opponent takes out 3 of my 2 prizers. I have the Dialga, I have an Ultra Ball, I have a Metal Saucer to power it up. The question is, can I get enough energies on it to take a one-shot on something? I do have access to 1 last boss's orders, and I only need 2 energies to knock out Regi Aleki. I have a Metal Saucer left, I have Training Court left still as well, so on paper I do have all the resources I need. It's gonna be a little scrappier than I would have liked. An Avery at any point would also be very nice and very useful, unless I'm down to 4 cards and I still haven't taken my prizes. Or something of the sort. I can definitely use the escape rope here to retreat the station. They're gonna hit me for 120. And that Mew though, that could be my demise actually. That Mew could end up being my demise. So they attack 120, 40, 40. Then I attack them, I'm at 2 prizes. Then they attack me again. They take a knockout on the Mew and the Dialga. And then they knock out my last ball. Oh. This is actually potentially, I think, oof. That scoop of net might end up being very costly here. Unless they whiff an attack, right? Which is also possible. But it's very unlikely, with only 2 quick balls having been utilized so far. My opponent does play like a lot of conservative resources, in the sense that they're playing Bruno, 2 Marnies, I guess 2 Marnies is pretty standard. All right. I might need to top deck actually. I need to take out this Mew from play right now. Oh, they whiffed. That's huge. That probably seals it for me. Okay. They just played Ordinary Rod. So this is when I could boss a Regi Gigas or the Regi Drago to force another Ordinary opponent. So I definitely think that's gonna be a good idea here. And I think I'm gonna go for the Regi Drago because then that's the only Pokemon that can I guess Gigas can also KO Dialga. Alright. But Regi Drago could potentially draw them cards. So I'm gonna go for this dude. I'll play this again. I did prize my training court, would have been the next prize that I grabbed. And I'll go Metal Blast. Okay, I have one more turn to top deck the path, not the path, the Scoop of Nets. And if I get my Stadium here, which I did not, I could have drawn cards, but I also can't do that. Now they need Ordinary Rod and a Drago and a Regice. Was there merit perhaps to knock out the Regieleki to make it hard for them to snipe my bench? They would need a Choice Belt. Now they need back-to-back Regieleki attacks. Oh, now they can't pull that off, in fact. Well, they can. So now they need to use Regieleki. Oh, there's the Ordinary Rod. Now they need to go Regieleki, Choice Belted, KO the active, 40 on the Mew, 40 on a Crobat, and then they need to go boss the damaged Crobat and Regieleki again. That's what they need to do in order to win in 2 attacks. And that doesn't account for me top decking a Scoop Up Net or the Avery in order to be able to find what I need. Or if I get knocked out, the Raihan as well. Raihan could also work. So I have 3 outs that I can remember. Maybe I have more, but I definitely have 3 outs. All right, they go boss on a Crobat, and they just go Static Shock. So they whiffed again. That Energy Surge is certainly not one of my outs. I did have 3 outs, right? If they got a knockout. And if they didn't get a knockout, then I have nothing to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer the energy from this to this. And now I have 2 attackers, both of which can knock out whatever is in front of me. So that is the game. Right? That was a very long, very grindy 20-minute game. All right, let's try one more. All right. Somehow we managed back-to-back games with a Crobat start. And nothing else. All right, that Greninja certainly helps. And we're up against Ice Rider, so my opponent's not going to be very happy seeing that energy. Now I have a ton of outs, hopefully to find the Dialga or even a station that would work. Please prize to one of them. No. Oh well. We definitely have a safe turn here. If this is Ice Rider or Palkia, that could be a problem. If it's just Ice Rider with Inteleon, then it should be fine. But what an awkward start. Like, this sort of starts are definitely not the best for this deck. All right, so I'll start with an Avery. Okay, let's go concealed cards, because apparently finding a Dialga on turn 1 is the hardest thing in this world. And if I can only find one, that could be problematic as well. So do I retreat into Mew, or do I draw extra cards with Greninja? That is the question right here. should be draw cards with Mew, right? All right. I'm gonna keep the right hand. So I'm gonna discard one Scoop of Net, and I will thin a Station, sure. No, a Dialga. Try Dialga. If my opponent has Energy Boss, then so be it. What can I do about it, you know? And there we go. We're gonna lose this game. All right, you know what? We're gonna Crobat too. We're gonna commit one Saucer. Yes. Okay, please, Quick Ball or Ultra Ball, please. Let's go. All right. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and conceal cards. All right, now we're in a perfect setup where it's gonna be really hard for us to lose. To the point where, yeah, I'll just bench the Station now. If I have two Station to KO, that's also fine, honestly. Get the attachment, get another Saucer, have the right hand for a potential retreat. If my opponent doesn't knock out the Dialga this turn, then we basically just win. We have the Star Chronos with the double Saucer plus the right hand. So yeah, pretty good. Could get Marnied, for sure. But a Marnie right now is way less scary. Ooh, there's a Palkia. Okay, now that is scary. Please no Marnie. If we don't get Marnied and we don't get Boss KO'd, then we're fine. If we do get Marnied or Boss KO'd, then trouble, and there's the boss. Yep. Of course. Alright. So I don't have a boss. I feel like Boss KO the Palkia would actually be a stronger play for me right now. That is not a boss though. We're gonna conceal cards here. No boss. Alright. So I guess we are knocking out the Cataracts. I mean, no, right? I should just get the you just get the dude. Alright. I'm gonna grab the Dialga. I also have the Diancie, but I shouldn't be scared of Diancie this upcoming turn. So I'm just gonna do this. And honestly, I think I commit. Oh wait, no, they can use this ability though. And boss. So that attachment was a mistake. Should I just fully commit? Wait, I can right hand, right? And grab another Scoop of Net. Because that's what I'm missing. And then they would need Cross Switcher. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I could just attach energy. No, I'll attach energy there. I'll grab a Scoop of Net. Or if I grab Air Balloon, that also works. The Air Balloon is probably better. Yeah. Wait, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, alright. This is very confusing. There's just so many options, you know? So many options. Alright, I'm gonna get the Diancie. Then I'm gonna Air Balloon the Mew. Scoop of Net, the Radiant Greninja, bench the Diancie, retreat into the Diancie, go Saucer onto the Dialga. And then next turn, I go V-Star KO the Calyrex. They can't use V-Star plus boss to KO my Dialga, and I combine that with a Marnie, and then hopefully I find a boss to chase down the Palkia V-Star, and I just win. Right? That's the plan. I have 3 Boss's Orders and 17 cards left in the deck, so hopefully we're gonna pull this off. I don't even mind the Marnie too much anymore. Incense. For Inteleon, if we see double Cross Switcher, then it is what it is. You see cross switcher plus Palkia, then that's what happens. They did discard an Inteleon, so maybe they don't have the other Inteleon. It's pretty funny to see fully blinged out like Quick Ball, Level Ball, Boss, and then the least impressive energies, the ones that are added by default to decks. All right, they have an energy. They have the Palkia. Do they have double cross switcher? No, right? There's no way. Do they have Marnie? That's not ideal, but it's not as bad as you would imagine. So what do they do now? Do they just have a very underwhelming turn and get punished for discarding that Inteleon early? Possibly. Scoop of Eds, alright. Is that what they top decked? Or was that from the prizes perhaps as well? If we go V-Star here, and if our stadium doesn't get replaced, then we've won, basically, right? Well, we need to find a Saucer or an energy. Alright, they do go for Star Portal. If they knock out the Diancie, that's also fine. Okay, they're getting a prize card here. It's completely fine. They don't attach energy. What? Why? Why would you not attach energy? Alright. Well, now it's basically game over, as long as I can find a boss in the next 2 turns. Oh, I don't have an energy in the discard pile. Whoops. Alright, you know what? Never mind. That is actually really not ideal. Grab the Mew. And then I'm not gonna need another Dialga, right? The other Dialga is also the V is gone, so I'm just gonna grab this. I have 1 Metal Saucer left and 5 Metal Energies, along with the 3 Bosses Orders in my 14 card deck. So if I whiff here, I will declare myself the unluckiest player in the whole world. And there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what? Sure, I'll bench you. Now I will Marty, potentially giving my opponent a brand new hand. That's okay. All I want is a boss for myself. Now I V-Star KO this through weakness. Then I go attach boss KO that, and the game's over. The game will effectively be over. Let's go ahead and grab the card. Let's go ahead and Mysterious Tail, because why not? Sure, let's grab the Saucer. Why not? And then we will retreat. And we will start Kronos. Get the KO. My opponent will promote the Sobble. And we will attach boss KO the Palkia. And that will be the game. Set and match. So you can see that like getting an extra turn is so broken. So broken. Alright, there's the Sobble. I'm gonna go ahead and attach. I'm gonna go ahead and boss. Don't need to play anything else at all. I'll blast. I have access to my whole deck next turn with Greninja and Trekking Shoes to find another boss if that's what I needed. And no immediate concession. There we go. Alright. So pretty good deck for sure. The starts can be iffy. Boss pressure can be iffy. I've seen that no list play Diancie, and I really don't understand why. I feel like you can't possibly be hurt, and you definitely have the space to play one Diancie, right? Because that one Diancie protecting your Dialga can be the game changer. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video as we are gearing up for the Pokemon World Championships in a little bit over 2 weeks now.